Let me guess, you wake up early for a job you don't even like, you sit in traffic, you clock in, spending your day building someone else's dream whilst yours collects dust. You've tried the dropshipping, the trading, the SMMA, but here's the truth. Most of these business models suck for beginners. They're slow, risky, and complicated. But what I'm going to show you today is one of the lowest barrier entry ways to hit your first 5K a month online. And if you copy every single thing I say within this video, there's no reason why you can't hit your first £1,000 within a few weeks. I've used this exact process myself, and so have 150 of my other students. For example, Charlie, he went from a stable job to making 11.4K last month. Or Oscar, who had no previous experience and hit 15.7K in his 4th month. Or take Jake, who went from finance bro to making 16K months online. And a few other wins here. Charlie making 2K in a day, Ethan closing a 14K deal, Dylan closing a 12.5K deal, and Noah moving out to Thailand. So you can see all the wins there. Their Instagrams are on the screen if you want to go and message them, but it's important you finish this video as it's the exact steps that these boys took to get to the position where they are now. So I'm going to break this video down into 3 key parts, and it's really crucial that you watch every single part as they're all going to play into how you can actually make your first 5K online. So in step 1, I'm going to go over the actual breakdown of the skill, how you can learn the skill and how you're going to apply it to make your first 5K online. So what is appointment setting? I'm not telling you to build funnels, I'm not telling you to start your own business. You are learning a high income skill. You are just sending Instagram DMs to leads, qualifying them, nurturing and booking calls on behalf of the creator. All coaches, consultants, influencers need this. They don't have time to do it themselves. So many of you have probably seen TGR before, an 8-figure trader. He's got a huge personal brand. Everyone knows him within the trading space. But guess what? He doesn't even make all of his money through trading. What he makes his money from is selling a course. And that's how we can take advantage of this. Because TGR gets thousands of DMs per day. And he physically can't handle all of these DMs himself. Because one, he isn't an expert in sales, so he'll struggle booking him calls. And TGR is also a business owner, so he needs to prioritize his own business, such as making content or fulfilling his clients. And TGR will have a course which would cost over $3,000, so he needs help selling these courses. And that's exactly where we can come in. We can help TGR sell these courses for him, and we can take a juicy amount of commission, such as 5 to 10% on all closed deals. Therefore, if a 5K deal closes, we will collect $250 from literally sending messages. So there's 2 ways we can actually do this. So the first thing is DM setting. So for example, logging into TGR's Instagram account on your phone or your laptop and booking in prospects who have been nurtured and qualified. Or phone setting, dialing leads who have already shown interest in TGR's course, having a conversation to qualify leads with the goal of booking them in on the closer's calendar. And these are categorized under inbound and outbound. So with inbound, it's leads who have came to you showing some sort of interest. So for example here, you can see an Instagram bio with DM me info, which is a CTA, which we call a call to action, which attracts inbound leads to DM you and inquire on the coaching. There's also outbound and cold calls, but we're mainly going to focus on inbound DM setting today. Now you've gone over step 1, you understand how it works and how you can apply it. Now in step 2, I'm going to tell you how to actually go away and sign these creators so you can start sending messages for them. So you guys need to watch this part to make sure you can actually land your first client. So when it comes to landing a role without any experience, you need to clean your socials. Your Instagram is your CV, so you will use this to connect with big coaches, so you need to be presentable. So for example here, my account, you can use clear profile picture, as you can see, a public account, full name, no bossy feed, clear feed, highlights, so maybe using pictures like the gym, restaurant, you playing sports, high status. What would a coach look at and be impressed by? So example, looking at my feed, you can see I got high status photos. I got me talking in front of a load of different people. I got me with the cars out. There's loads of different things you can use to impress the people trying to look at your Instagram. And making yourself verified, just so you can stand out a bit more and people take you a bit more seriously. And then moving on to networking. Networking is the #1 way to land top roles as a setter. It's about who you know and getting in the right circles. The right network allows you to speed run to top roles. It allows you to build a name in the space. So how do you actually get in there and start networking with guys who are all making money online? So hop on connection calls, build a personal brand, find mutuals on Instagram, leverage connections you already have, outreach and build genuine conversations so people trust and relate to you, provide value to people, or join paid groups. This is going to help you speed run to your first role, as you're going to know people who are going to help you get there. Who to network with? So you got setters who set the deals, closers who close the deals, setter managers who manage the setting process, growth ops who scale businesses, and recruiters who recruit and place sales reps. Every single one of these people are going to have access to roles you want, so it's important that they know your name and they can trust you. Outreaching is a very interesting topic, and I think it actually is a great way of landing a beginner role. So if you're someone who's never had any experience or you're just looking for that first role, outreaching is definitely a great way to go about it. So what that looks like is sending out 100 outreaches daily to coaches, pitching yourself to be a setter. Attach a Loom video because it shows authenticity and people can really see who you are with a minute video. And don't make the message too long because no one is reading all that. These coaches have hundreds of thousands of followers, so you need to keep it short and sweet. So what coaches are you actually going to outreach to? You need to outreach to coaches who have a clear offer, they have a clear personal brand, they have clear results, they have good engagement on reels and posts, and they have a clear CTA in your bio, just to make sure that you're going to be setting for someone who has a proper established Instagram account. Now you understand how to actually find clients to set for. In step 3, we're going to be going over how to actually provide these clients client some value. How you're actually going to start setting deals so you can start making your first bit of commission. So this is the superior setters framework that I give out to everyone, no gatekeeping, so everyone can land their first client and set their first deal. So you need to focus on finding pain, finding the time frame to expand the problem, North Star, what their desired goals are and probing on it, further discovery, what's been stopping them from reaching X goal, building urgency to make sure they value the call and they're actually going to turn up, qualifying financially, finding out what they do for work, have they got the money, are they in the financial situation to pay, and then pitching the call. So I'm just going to run over this demo conversation to make sure you have a better understanding of what it actually looks like when you land your first client, to then book in your first deal and then that deal closing so you get your first bit of commission online. So for example, an inbound message has come in, so we'll reply saying, what's up bro, what's made you reach out to start making money online with appointment setting? So this brings out the pain and the goals of the prospect, and they're going to reply with something like, I hate my job, for example. Always acknowledge and probe in their answer. So the reason why we do this is just to make sure that this seems like a genuine conversation and we're not just following off a script. So that sucks man, sorry to hear. This will be the acknowledgement and what exactly about your job is making you feel that way. So this allows us to actually get like the root problem of what they've told us, not just a surface level answer like I hate my job. So they're going to reply with something like, it's making me feel stuck. Again, that's what we want to do. We want to further probe into this, because stuck, what does stuck actually mean? Okay brother, I feel you, but what exactly do you mean by stuck? And they're going to give us a proper answer, and it's going to allow them to open up more as well. So I work long hours, I have to listen to my boss and have a little freedom outside of work, so I feel like I need to look into something else. Okay, cool. So damn, I hear you bro. Having to listen to a boss sucks man. I used to feel that exact way. My boss was a pain, and we're going to try to relate to him a little bit, because sales is all about mirroring, and we're going to make sure that this prospect is actually feeling heard, so the acknowledgement is going to be a bit longer. How long have you been stuck in this job then, brother? So this actually expands the problem, because it allows them to realize that they have a problem, and then when we ask that problem, they're going to say something like 2-3 years, and then this problem is just expanded to make the problem feel worse for them. So for example, they'll reply with, it's been 2 years now, so we acknowledge that and say, oh wow, 2 years is a fair amount of time. What's held you back from being free from this job and starting something like appointment setting? So the whole point of this question is to get them to sort of admit the V, sort of them to tell us why they haven't been in a position where they have left their job, or why they're not already making the money they are with appointment setting. So they'll reply with, just not knowing where to start really, the lack of freedom from my job didn't help either. So the acknowledgement is, yeah, makes sense man, there's a lot of info online these days that can be tricky to begin for sure. I'm curious though bro, when you say freedom, what are you actually looking to achieve, let's say in the next 3 months? So this is to allow us to find goals, and I'd always give some sort of time frame for them to really picture that in their head. So I want to be able to leave my job so I can have more freedom for travel, as it's been a long time, and help my family out too. Cool. So I respect that bro, family is very important. Why specifically have you reached out now to get help with reaching the goal of traveling and helping your family? So the reason why we ask this question is to get some sort of urgency, get them to realize that they need to start taking action now, and this allows them to really see the value in the call, and it makes sure that there'll be no-shows. I feel like I need to make change now, otherwise I'll continue being stuck. We found out the problems, we found out the goals, we've got enough urgency there, we've gone through a discovery, and now it's the point where we're actually going to pitch them into a call and get them booked in. The way we pitch a call is, I feel like I can really help you like I have with all my other clients. However, there's only a limited amount of guidance I can give you within the DMs. I could dive deeper on a call with you on how we can specifically help you get to leaving your job so you can start traveling. Sound good to you? So always pitch it in their best interest. Relate back to their goals. Why have they told you that they want your help? And use that in the way to book the call with you, so they're actually more inclined to turn up to the call. So now it's the post-booking, where I get them to take a screenshot of their confirmation, so it gives them a quick micro commitment to actually make sure they're going to book in, and then send over resources, make sure they confirm it on their email, and make sure to actually keep on that conversation going so they actually turn up. So that's such a very quick demo on how a conversation could look like, with obviously with the aim of booking them onto a call and then hoping the deal closes and we can get our first bit of commissions online. So this was the whole framework on how you can actually hit your first 5k a month online. Obviously I've went through this, so have Charlie, Jake, Oscar, and 150 other my students. So now it's on you to actually apply all of this. Obviously there is a lot more to it, but this should give you a very good basis. However, if you do want more help, you want to take it to the next level, you want to be speed running that process how you can hit your first 5k a month, go over to my Instagram, watch all my other YouTube, maybe even give me a message, and from there we can help guide you to your first 5k a month. So congratulations for watching up to this video. Most people don't even make it this far, so kudos for you for staying this long. But remember, this is just the first step. Now your job is to go away and implement this to make sure that you can actually achieve your goals.